Easy win number 2, the pipeline review. This one is great if you're measured by partner source, partner influence, and partner attach, which is pretty much everybody. This particular easy win, you don't need an integration for, and is also probably a little later in your partnership after you do maybe some of the actions we described in easy win 1. This becomes a little easier with some familiarity, some trust. So what we use this opportunity and opportunity overlap for, which is right here on the grid where it says 47, is to help share intel on your in-flight deals, right? They're pitching, they're talking to the opportunity, so are you. You can help each other out by what are you learning, what are you seeing, what are their objections, how can you help each other out? And maybe, just maybe, you could go in together if you already have an integration. If you don't have an integration, hey, all information is helpful. And that's one reason we call this the pipeline review. When your reps are doing their pipeline review, something's stuck, something's not moving as fast, it's a good opportunity for you as the partner manager or the partner leader to say, hey, maybe I can connect you to someone and help unstick this. Chris, any thoughts or advice, or how have you done this exact win?
Yeah, so we definitely see this as sort of a progression over time. So a lot of times we'll spend a lot of energy initially on that mutual customer overlaps, and then we'll move into, once the go-to-market team kind of knows each other, we'll start actually getting the AEs working on open opportunities together. This is where sort of the equitability side of partnerships kind of kicks in, where it's like, you want to make sure that your team is supporting your partner as much as they are for you. So having good attribution around the amount of collaboration occurring here is even probably more important than it is in kind of the phase 1 of mutual customers. But this is where you start to really see the meat and potatoes of like real revenue being impacted on net new opportunities. So if you can get the flywheel turning on your AEs wanting to collaborate with their partner on these open opportunities, you're going to be in a very good spot.
We did the sample report here, which again, your opportunities versus their open opportunities, some of the fields we're sharing. You can see some dollar amounts here, right? The amounts, the days in pipeline, days to close. You can use these fields to see what deals are lagging, what's running behind, where are the highest leverage opportunities for that partner introduction or that partner context, for deals that are higher up in the amount. You can also, it's hard to introduce your reps if you don't know who's working what deal. So that's why we recommend sharing the account rep or account executive name and email. Anything to add here, Chris, about these fields, or like why does this enable things and make things easier for providing a context?
Yeah, this is where the partner manager, a lot of times they may be sitting in pipeline reviews with the sales leadership team, and they're seeing opportunities for where you have open opportunities and you don't have a partner attached, whether it's a channel partner or a technology partner. And so sharing through into Crossbeam some of the data that either the partner team should be seeing to help identify where partners should be assisting, or if you have a good trusted relationship with your partner, you could share some of this information across to them, because then you can kind of right size things. You can realize, okay, we're selling a 6-figure deal, they're selling a 5-figure deal. That might be really helpful context to understand like the scale of the opportunity, as well as like, is this going to close next week? Because if it's going to close next week, like my ability to actually influence things here might be too short of a time horizon. And so this data about like how long before it closes, what is it worth, et cetera, just helps you kind of build the right strategy for which of the opportunities should you be spending time on to work with the partner.
And having this report is how you kind of become your rep's best friend. They're voicing in a pipeline review, they're having trouble with something. Here you may have the information to help them. Other kind of tips for running this, start small, pick a small number of reps, especially a rep who's more amenable to co-selling with a partner. Sometimes you can start with title sharing. So maybe you can share the title of your contact at a particular company and not the exact contact information, right? You can see maybe your partner's contact is the CRO. You can ask them, hey, is that relationship actually good? Are you willing to do an introduction? No. That way they don't expose their Rolodex, and it kind of keeps the gates on, as you were early. Other thing is you can put this information, this overlap, in all the tools your reps use to collaborate. I know, Chris, we talk about Slack and some other stuff we have in the partner cloud. What should people consider sending their partner data into?
Yeah, this is a super fun part of Partner Cloud, which is like you have this overlap information about sales collaboration opportunities. We can pump this into Slack. We can send this over into SalesLoft and Outreach. We have some next-gen integrations coming down the pike for the second half of the year. Lean Data is one in particular that I'm super excited about, because we can get that partner data into lean data, and then you can create whatever workflow you want with your RevOps leader. So you want it to go over to Microsoft Teams, or you want it to go into outreach on a certain date with a certain, text wrapped around it. There's a lot more flexibility when we get our partner data into these kind of revenue orchestration technologies. So lean data is the first out the gates coming here in the near future. It's going to have that. But there's a lot of other ones we're working on. I mean, even Crossbeam ourselves, we have an exciting announcement soon on the partnered side of things, which is a company we acquired a few months back. We think this collaboration between partnerships and sales is really core to how partner teams help drive value for their businesses. So we're spending a lot of energy on this stuff right now.
Yeah, automatic's better. But in the meantime, you can be sitting in those sales meetings, like just voicing it yourself. Obviously, when you mature, send that data in places so you don't have to be there raising your hand saying, hey, have you considered this? Two other things. If you are going to co-sell together, you're going to go into deal together. It helps to have better together messaging. It helps to have an integration. And then again, partnerships are about people. Do you have people on your team that work well with people on their team? Probably should optimize for those co-selling relationships above all others. Speaking of making your sales team happy, let's get to easy win number 3.